BLMZ Stock Analysis Overview and Trend. The BLMZ asset displayed significant volatility over the past 3 months, starting at $0.1405 on April 17, 2025. The price fluctuated, reaching a high of $0.3863 on May 6 before dropping to a low of $0.06 on May 14. A notable spike occurred on July 15, closing at $0.2127 with an extraordinary volume of $316.07 million. The long-term trend appears bearish, with intermittent short-term recoveries, but the recent surge suggests potential short-term bullish momentum, possibly driven by speculative activity or a significant catalyst. Price-volume dynamics. The price-volume dynamics reveal critical market behaviors. Early in the period, volumes were moderate, peaking at 3.24 million on April 17. A significant volume spike of 171.43 million accompanied the May 6 high of $0.3863, indicating strong buying interest. The drop to $0.06 on May 14 saw a volume of 16.40 million, suggesting heavy selling pressure. The consolidation phase in June, around $0.14 to $0.17, had volumes ranging from 1.28 million to 42.32 million. The July 15 surge to $0.2127 with $316.07 million in volume points to a major market event, likely speculative buying or a news-driven rally, requiring caution for sustainability. Moving averages, EMA and SMA. The moving averages provide trend context. The 5-day SMA is $0.15304 and the EMA is $0.17099, with the current price of $0.2127 above these, indicating strong short-term bullish momentum. The 10-day SMA is $0.15727 and the EMA is $0.16280, also lagging behind the current price, reinforcing short-term strength. However, longer-term averages confirm the bearish trend. The 20-day SMA is $0.15721 and the EMA is $0.15939. 50-day SMA is $0.15438 and EMA is $0.15378, and 200-day SMA is $0.15541 and EMA is $0.15348, are below the recent high but above the May low. Other moving averages, such as WMA10 is $0.16161, KAMA10 is $0.16593, TEMA10 is $0.15211, and TRIMA10 is $0.15056, suggests short-term strength but persistent long-term downward pressure. Technical indicators. Grouping indicators for clarity. Momentum indicators. RSI 14 at 68.84 is approaching overbought territory, signaling caution for further upside. Williams R14 at negative 55.21 indicates the asset is not in extreme overbought or oversold conditions. Momentum 10 at 0.0538 and ROC 14 at 32.11 reflect the sharp recent price surge. Stochastic RSI K5 at 100.00 and D5 at 69.68 confirm extreme short-term overbought conditions. Stochastic indicators. Stochastic K15 at 37.71 and D15 at 35.17 suggest limited immediate upside before reaching overbought levels. Stochastic K5 at 47.93 and D5 at 46.28 indicate short-term bullish momentum with room for movement. Volatility indicators. ATR14 at 0.0264 indicates significant daily price swings. Bollinger Bands show an upper band at $0.1847, middle at $0.1572, and lower at $0.1297, with the current price breaking above the upper band, signaling high volatility. PSAR at $0.14 is below the current price, supporting a short-term bullish bias. Trend indicators. ADX14 at 36.04 indicates a developing trend, with the recent spike suggesting increasing bullish momentum. MACD at 0.0029, MACD signal at -0.0003, and MACD hist at 0.0033 show a bullish crossover supporting potential upward continuation. Arun down at 68.0 and Arun up at 100.0 yield an Arun also 14 of 57.14, indicating strong bullish sentiment. Volume-based indicators. OBV at 1.74 billion reflects massive buying on July 15th, reversing prior negative trends. Chalkin Oscillator at -49.20 million suggests recent accumulation but volatile money flow. MFI 14 at 97.98 is extremely high, reinforcing overbought conditions or strong money inflow. Linear regression. The 14-day TSF is $0.1649, below the current price of $0.2127, indicating the July 15th spike deviates significantly from the short-term linear trend. Corel 20 at 1.0 suggests perfect alignment with the recent price trajectory, but the deviation from TSF highlights the potentially unsustainable nature of the move without further catalysts. Next trading day opening estimate. Given the closing price of $0.2127, the 5-day EMA at $0.17099, and the massive volume on July 15th, the next trading day's opening is estimated to be between $0.19 and $0.22. The bullish MACD crossover and high stochastic RSI suggest short-term strength, but overbought MFI and ATR-based volatility indicate a potential pullback. An opening around $0.20 is a reasonable estimate, balancing momentum and mean reversion tendencies. Support and resistance levels. The current price of $0.2127 is above key short-term levels. Support levels are identified at $0.1512 July 14 close and $0.15438 50-day SMA. Resistance levels include $0.297 July 15 open and $0.302 July 15 high. The price is above the nearest support and below the recent high, suggesting room for volatility-driven moves. A break above $0.297 could target $0.3023, while a drop below $0.2127 may test $0.1512 or $0.15438. Likely high and low values based on ATR 14. With an ATR 14 of 0.0264 and a closing price of $0.2127, the expected daily range is $0.1863 low to $0.2391 high. Given the recent volatility spike, the upper end is more likely, though overbought signals suggest a potential retreat towards $0.1863 if selling pressure resumes. Possible scenarios. Bullish continuation. The MACD crossover, high MFI, and massive volume could drive the price towards $0.3023 or higher if buying momentum persists, particularly with the positive catalyst. Mean reversion. Overbought signals, stochastic RSI and MFI, and deviation from TSF suggest a pullback to $0.1512 or $0.15438, especially if volume subsides. Consolidation. The asset may trade sideways within the 0.1863 to 0.2391 ATR range, supported by stable volume and lack of new catalysts. Volatility spike. Unexpected news or speculative trading could push the price beyond the ATR range, potentially retesting $0.3023 or falling below $0.15438. Additional consideration: volatility trends. The ATR 14 of 0.0264 and Beta 14 of 0.3174 indicate high asset-specific volatility with low market correlation. The May decline and July 15th surge highlight sensitivity to news or speculative trading. The massive volume on July 15th, $316.07 million, suggests a potential turning point, but the moderate ADX indicates the trend is not yet fully established. Investors should monitor volume and news closely for signs of sustained momentum to assess whether the recent surge marks a trend reversal or a temporary spike.